Hey, how's it going everybody? This is Jeff Hernandez with Novate Studios, here to bring you an exciting tutorial on how to change a background. Now, I know typically you can always just use the eraser tool and start cutting around your image and start cutting people out. And I can show you how to do that as well, but I thought this would be a little bit more fun. How to take a simple background, cut it out, put an entire different background, and let's make sure that it's not that easy, because most people see hair. Female's hair specifically, when you style it, how am I going to cut that out? That's one thing that we're going to answer that question today, and it's one thing that probably has plagued many people's minds. Now, have you ever been on Facebook or Instagram and saw a quote-unquote designer post a picture and all you saw was very, very, very rough edges, and it just looked so fake and you just wanted to slap them for even calling themselves a designer? Well, guess what? You're not going to be that person today. Let's go ahead and resize this lady just by hitting the corner buttons, resizing. If you hit this chain button right here, which I already did, because you notice you can always resize, stretch out, bring up, hit the chain button, keeps the proportion, so no matter what, it's gonna look naturally evened out. So let's get that done. Get the corner on the top left corner right there, make sure it's all resized. And I'm going to bring it down a little bit. I kind of feel like this is a good, perfect placement. Push apply. There she is. Now with the other layer, if you hit this I button, that's how you on and off your image. Now for here, you can drag this around anywhere you really want to. For now, let's just keep it in the middle. I chose this picture because it had a little bit of purple. If you notice, she's got a little bit of purple. So let's just make sure the purple just is there. Stylish. Y'all don't even know. But okay, let's hit this magic wand tool. Let's make the magic happen. Let's go ahead and click this right here. You're going to notice that it kind of does a little magical tool. That's why it's called that, magical wand. It magically selected the corners for you. Now the problem with this is, and this is what I was talking about on Instagram and Facebook, hit the delete button. See that? All these nice little white edges looking unbelievably fake, and there's no way to use the eraser tool and cut into it without looking really, really choppy and fake again. And this is what I meant when I said that I cannot stand when people post pictures like that and want to call themselves a designer. Now, luckily for you today, you have this tutorial that's going to show you just how to fix that. What we're going to go ahead and do is right-click that selection, select inverse, so that way you're no longer selecting that, but you're actually selecting her, which is evidently what you're going to want to keep. Now for here, if your cursor doesn't show big enough, you can always change the size right here. I have it at 61. And what we're going to do is just hold it down, left click your mouse, hold it down, and start selecting all the edges of your hair. Now what you're going to want to do is notice I'm selecting any part that I see that has white. Everything of that white is going to be the background, and obviously you're not going to want to have the edges cut out perfectly and have the inside of the white still sticking around. You want the background to show through it. So let's go ahead and get right here next to where the arm's at. And now that we got all this selected, push OK. You're going to notice that that changed. If I could keep on selecting, you see how it changes. Basically what it's doing is it's picking the borders of the hair and selecting that background so you can get rid of it. Now let's go ahead and click decontaminate colors, and the reason being is you have all this white, so if you just cut it out, you're still going to see edges of white, and you don't want that. It's going to look fake, and that's not going to look good. Go ahead and put that up to 100%. Now if you want me to show you what it looks like, if I put it at 0 and pushed OK, this is what I mean. You see that film of white? You don't want that film there. Doesn't look good, doesn't look real. Let me go ahead and select this real quick again for you, so that way we can move on to the next step. Got all that white taken out of it. Decontaminate the colors. Go up to 100%. Bam. Push OK. Notice that that film is not there anymore. So you're good to go. Notice her hair is all cut out. Look at that. Strands of hair. Unbelievable, right? I know. You have no idea how many times before I learned this, I just sat there baffled at what in the world am I going to do to get the hair cut. I would even cut around sometime edgewise. I would literally come through here and cut like this as quick as I could, and it just, I don't know, looked fake and just, I don't know. I was an amateur, and you don't have to be, because you found me. and this video. And we're making magic happen here. Now, the other thing you can do here, let's not do that yet because I have an idea. Let's go ahead and click that background. Let's drag it over. I kind of feel like it's the where she's placed at. Maybe we should bring this down a little bit. Where the buildings first start. What about right here? Have the... I mean, that way you kind of give the sky a little bit more at off places and it kind of sits more of her as a focal point. Yeah, so that looks pretty good. Let's go back and click here. Do that magic wand tool again. Because don't forget, there's that little white part right behind her head. Select inverse. Refine that edge. Bam! Edge refined. Let's decontaminate that color at 100%. Actually, no. Don't do that. Refine the edge. Don't decontaminate that color with the new mask. Let's just keep it where it's at. Push OK. And don't mind me, guys. I'm apparently not paying attention to what I'm doing right now. So since we're not going to go ahead and do that decontaminate color where it automatically creates that new mask, select inverse again so that way it's only in that corner. Now push delete, which is what I was doing earlier and making myself look like a real noob. So now that you got the background, you notice the white's still there. Let's kind of hit the eyedropper here. Let's select one of these purples. Use your brush. No hardens here. Just increase the size. And kind of just put it right there. Leaves a little bit of the purplish going on. Or you could just make it fully dark. I don't want it fully dark, so I'm going to leave that purple with a little bit of white. So that way it kind of is there, but it's not like just pure white and kind of looks like it belongs there. And bam, there you go, guys. You've changed the background for her. Now, of course, you can always, and you're going to want to modify. That's going to be a whole different tutorial where you can go brightness, contrast, change it up, change it down, start altering how things look. And that's when you start matching things up as far as her and the background. And that way you make it all look like it all belongs there. And of course you can go into color tone at any time you want to. Color balancing, that's where you're going to come in. If you didn't want a purple, you can change it. Maybe add some blue. Since you have a little bit of purple in it already, notice when I start getting to the yellow, it just kind of evens the colors out. Bam, it's daylight now. Look at that. It's no longer sunset. And it's going to be a warm summer day. But yeah, that's going to be a whole different tutorial on how we're going to get that done and change it all up. And there you go, guys. I hope this helped you out a little bit. That way you can go get some backgrounds, change it up. And of course, it doesn't have to be white. You can green screen, chroma key, and you can just pretty much overall, I mean, even if this was a normal picture and she was just out about, you can still use that same setting and refining the edge to remove it. So, hope this helped you out, guys. Again, this is Jeff Hernandez with Novate Studios. Be on the lookout for different tutorials I have, and let me know if there's anything that you'd like to see. That way I can get it done for you. Y'all have yourselves a good day.